Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Brooklyn Hine. On Monday, November 3rd, the Iowa and Wisconsin Departments of Transportation are launching a free car ferry service following the permanent closing of the Blackhawk Bridge to make way for a new bridge. The ferry will connect Lansing, Iowa with Crawford County, Wisconsin. Local residents say they look forward to the opening of the service, but expect to still use alternative routes due to demand.
There's going to be delays with traffic and the ferry time, waiting for a ferry to be available back and forth. And of course, I don't think the ferry would be running 24/7, so there might be some hiccups there. I think a lot of people are just going to have to pick an alternate route.
The service begins on Monday and runs 7 days a week. The first trip leaves Wisconsin at 5:30 a.m. and Iowa at 5:45 a.m. with final crossings at 9 p.m. and 9:15 p.m. Operations are continuous and first come, first serve. The construction of the new bridge is set to be complete in spring of 2027. Members of the Farmington Volunteer Fire Department responded to a car fire this afternoon. According to News 8's photographer on scene, crews had extinguished the blaze and were towing the car involved. The grass around the car appeared to be burnt and surrounding trees had suffered fire damage. Crews on scene were not able to provide details on the cause or whether the car was unoccupied at the time of the fire. Starting today, several La Crosse organizations are teaming up to host a food drive. Each week will highlight a different donation item. This week, the focus is on peanut butter. You can drop off donations at several locations, including the La Crosse Area Community Foundation, Hmong Cultural and Community Center, Seven Rivers LGBTQ Connection, and the Good Fight Community Center. The donations support Hunger Task Force and Wafer food pantries. Organizers say this is a critical time for the drive, with food pantries struggling to keep shelves stocked. Celebrations of fall brought locals to Stoddard this weekend for the 4th annual Beaver Moon Market. Local businesses filled the Stoddard American Legion post this morning, drawing crowds from around the area. From handmade goods to fresh baked treats and seasonal gifts, shoppers got a chance to discover crafts and products made by local artisans, just in time as the holiday season approaches.
It kind of benefits all of us. It brings people to Stoddard, gives people something to do, especially around the holidays. We're gearing up for Christmas giving season, so just giving these small businesses a platform and a space to sell their goods that they've painstakingly worked hard on for a period of time is just, it's really just a gift in itself.
Organizers say the market gives local businesses without a brick and mortar location a chance to connect with the community and sell their products.
Well, we're currently tracking a cold front moving across the area right now, giving some light showers, but light is definitely going to be the key word there. Not a whole lot of rainfall associated. Even though it looks fairly impressive on radar, we're seeing just very light sprinkles across much of the area. La Crosse seeing a little bit of a dry break right now, but there could...
72 years ago, 15-year-old Evelyn Hartley was taken from a home on the south side of La Crosse. Hartley was babysitting the night of October 24th, 1953, when she missed her routine check-in. Her parents went to check the house, only to find that their daughter had been abducted.
After Evelyn Hartley was abducted, La Crosse changed quite a lot for a while. Teenagers were no longer going out to babysit. Parents weren't allowing them to do so. People weren't going out to restaurants. People felt afraid to leave their homes.
Join us tomorrow at 6 for a look into Hartley's disappearance and how it changed the city of La Crosse. Still to come, a spooky tradition that combines fright with entertainment. We'll have this week's eyepiece following the break.
Every accident is different. Different driving conditions, different injuries, different life circumstances. The insurance companies often use these circumstances to avoid paying you what you deserve. At Gruber Law Offices, we know how insurance companies can take advantage after an accident. Trust our experience and history of successfully helping our clients. And remember, there is never a fee until we win. Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Let's talk about character for a moment. The heart and soul that defines what you're made of. People of true character recognize that they're part of something bigger than themselves. Take the doctors, nurses, and staff at Amplify Health. These are pros at the top of their game who come together as a team and give it their all for the benefit of others. That's character, that's professionalism, that's Amplify Health, and that's the mindset that makes life better.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drugged driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills.
Plenty of houses decorate to give trick-or-treaters a fun, spooky experience, but some La Crosse residents take decorating to a whole new level. News 8 photographer Bree Gasper has this week's eyepiece.
About 30 years ago, we started, and it just grew from there, bigger and bigger and better. It reminds me of when my kids were growing up, how much they enjoyed it. And there's very few people that do this anymore. It's getting harder and harder to see this stuff, and we just want to keep the tradition going. I always come back. All the kids used to help and put it together, and they always named everything individually, and just seeing all that. Now they bring their kids over and they introduce them and give them their name.
We get a lot of people coming by that say that they make sure they stop at our house every year, even drive out of their way, or look to see what's new every morning when they come to school, or just the neighbor kids coming over and exploring the yard. A lot of the kids will just go to some of the animated stuff, like our bearded lady that we repurposed from a wolf. And they'll just go up to him like a dozen times and watch him react and snarl at you. And they get excited, scared the first time, and then excited every time afterwards when they do it.
I prefer the scary houses. They're more interesting and they keep me guessing. Sometimes they have kind of spooky voices, just come enter if you dare and stuff.
Come right up.
One house had a whole bunch of cool stuff by our school. And they have a whole bunch of ghosts and some zombies and some other really cool stuff.
Beware, you are now.
Sometimes they have creepy figures and things, but also creepy things I like.
There we go.
Every year, people add to their frightening Halloween collections, so we'll have to stay tuned for what next year has to offer. Well, don't go too far. Still to come, this weekend marks the traditional celebration of Dia de los Muertos. We'll have more details coming up.
And we have some light showers moving across the area right now as a cold front passes through, but after that, we have a pretty dry start to the week ahead of us. So I'll have a full look at your forecast coming up right after the break.
This adorable shelter pet wants to meet you and your family today. The News 8 Now Pet of the Week is brought to you by Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics.
Interested in a heat pump for your home? Here at G&T, we've got an offer to sweeten the deal. Qualified customers can get up to $8,000 off a new Goodman heat pump system and a $2,000 tax credit for this year. In most cases, you'll pay less for this heat pump and furnace system installation, as well as over time with its efficiency and energy savings. Seriously, a Goodman heat pump that's smaller and more efficient for less. Plus, it's installed by an amazing team of skilled technicians with quality you can count on and experience you can trust. Interested? Call G&T for the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
Freedom is the ability to choose the path that makes you happy.
When you need a truck to get you from the job site
to the campsite, drive your story with a new Ram
or a new Jeep from Pischke Motors.
Stop in now to get a brand new Jeep, Ram, Dodge, Fiat, or Chrysler. Whether it's for work or play, we've got the vehicle for you. We have a wide selection of every model. Nothing beats getting in the driver's seat. So stop in today. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Army National Guard soldiers have the option to train and learn skills in the trade fields, skills that can lead to employment at home as well. Find out how you can learn a trade and serve part-time for your community and country by visiting nationalguard.com.
Jolivet Family Farms, known for farm fresh fruits and vegetables, but featuring so much more. For any special occasion, come in and check out our large selection of gift baskets. Gourmet popcorn, candy and caramel corn, honey and jam, pancakes and syrup, cheese and wine. Or create your own. Find unique gifts at Jolivet's with locally made arts and crafts. Shop local with locally made products and gifts. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Her kidnapping terrorized La Crosse, but who took her and her fate have eluded investigators for over 70 years. Monday at 6, a look back at the disappearance of Evelyn Hartley, one of La Crosse's oldest cold cases. Monday at 6. Beautiful, isn't it? Reminds us of why we live here. But when it comes time for this to become this, you can trust that we'll warn you first. First Warn Weather on News 8 Now.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storm with current conditions and updated video forecasts from the local team that warns you first. The News 8 Now First Warn Weather app, giving you more than what you'd expect. Get it now. No, seriously, like, right now. You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
This weekend, many people across the nation and other countries celebrate Dia de los Muertos, also known as the Day of the Dead. Dia de los Muertos is a Mexican holiday traditionally celebrated on November 1st and 2nd. Communities come together to celebrate the spirits of loved ones that have passed, often with altars that include candles, pictures of loved ones, and even some traditional foods. For many, Dia de los Muertos is not about sadness. It's about connection, a celebration of heritage, memory, and the love that continues even after death. Now we'll hand it over to meteorologist Nicole Skalicki for our full forecast.
Yeah, we're still tracking some light showers moving across the area right now, but light is really going to be the key word with that. Not a whole lot of rainfall reaching the ground or totaling up to be too much, and really this should be the end of it. We're seeing some trail scattered activity for areas over into central Minnesota for now, but really after that we should be dry for the rest of the night. So after an hour or so, expect a lot of those showers to be out of the area, and then we'll be left with fairly mild overnight low temperatures because of that cloud coverage that we're seeing with those showers. It's going to keep us a tad warmer tonight, especially compared to the last couple nights. 40 degrees when you wake up in the morning in La Crosse, 36 in Eau Claire. As we go into the afternoon, we're going to keep on that slightly warmer trend as high temperatures rise back slightly above average. Most of the area climbing into the upper 50 to start your week off. 58 for your Monday high in La Crosse, 56 in Eau Claire. Folks south of I-90 have that chance to possibly be getting closer to the 60-degree mark under mostly sunny skies, so it's going to be a pretty nice start to the week. It was a little breezy today, and we're still going to be holding on to some of that breeze as we go into tomorrow, especially in the afternoon hours. Not quite as windy, but still definitely a noticeable wind. You'll notice the winds have shifted to be out of the west as we go into tomorrow, and again in that afternoon period, seeing those wind gusts around 15 to 20 miles an hour. So on the windier side, we could see wind gusts closer to around 25 miles per hour, but those winds should start to die down once we get into the middle portion of the week. Tuesday then going to be another slightly warmer day, a bit warmer than tomorrow, seeing a high of 60 degrees in La Crosse on Tuesday, but temperatures will start to level back out near average once we get towards the middle of this week and into the end of the week. Before we have a pretty big pattern change coming around, much cooler air diving into the area as we go into the weekend, likely keeping our high temperatures not only below average, but for the most part in the 40s. As we go a little bit later in the weekend, some locations could only see highs in the upper 30s, so that will be putting our morning lows in chilly territory, likely below freezing, definitely below freezing, likely in the 20s for multiple days in a row. So we're getting a little bit of a taste of winter. Again, once we get to the end of this week, we still have some nice days ahead of us before we get to those cooler temperatures, but keep that temperature change in mind, because while the warm start of the week is looking to stay fairly dry dry for now. We don't really have any rain chances until we get to about Thursday, especially Thursday evening. That's when we could have a front just passing across the area that could give some light showers. But again, that cold air settles in for Saturday, meaning that our temperatures overnight are definitely going to be below freezing across the entirety of the area, and with a chance for some precipitation to come both Saturday during the day and at night, that gives us the opportunity to maybe have a little bit of a wintry mix mixing in with some of that rain and even a couple flurries. We're definitely not tracking any major snowfall, especially this time of year. It's hard to get that snow to stick, but it is starting to get that time of year where we usually see our first snow. So we wouldn't be surprised if some of us start to see a little bit of that activity as we go into Saturday after that cool down. On average, our first measurable snow, which by the books means that you can measure at least 1/10 of an inch or more. For areas far north of I-94, typically seeing it by late October, so we're actually a little bit behind for folks up there. Along and north of the I-94 corridor, usually early November, so if you check your calendar, that's right now. Everywhere else around the middle to end of November, so coming up on the time when snow usually does start entering into the forecast. Can't get too mad about it then. I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. I like when you get those first couple flurries, definitely when it doesn't stick to the ground quite yet, because it's never fun to have to drive and all of that messy white stuff, but when you can see it in the air, that's my ideal weather, especially now that we're in November.
You're scaring me with these words. 20s, 30s, freezing,
It's
snow.
gonna feel like winter for a little bit.
You know,
yeah.
it's getting there. All right, thank you, Nicole. Coming up next in sports, highlights from a thrilling game between division rivals in Detroit, plus a full report from Lambeau Field as the Packers were searching for win number 6 on the year. Jacob is in next with sports.
Her kidnapping terrorized La Crosse, but who took her and her fate have eluded investigators for over 70 years. Monday at 6, a look back at the disappearance of Evelyn Hartley, one of La Crosse's oldest cold cases. Monday at 6.
During the Veterans Day sale at Home Furniture, get up to an extra 15% off sale prices. Right now, this sectional is just $29.49. Plus, get 3 years special financing. And Christmas decor is 50% off. The Veterans Day sale, now at Home Furniture.
Hey, Dominic here, and I want to invite you to our outlet store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse to try before you buy. With over 40 blends, you're guaranteed to find one that will make any meal taste great. And as a bonus, they're all low in sodium and dietitian recommended. So stop in today and try before you buy. Aaron, don't you think you're taking try before you buy a little bit too far?
What? No.
Experience the thrill of gaming at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin. Whether you're a slots enthusiast or prefer the excitement of table games, we've got you covered. Enjoy delicious dining options, live entertainment, and exclusive promotions that add even more memories and adventure to your visit at any one of our 6 locations. And coming soon to Beloit. More of our amazing gaming options, amenities, and outstanding service you can count on. Find your fun today at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin.
The forecast is always changing.
It's very important to keep it updated and looking towards the future. I do like 2 in the morning and 2 in the late morning. It's fun because I feel like I'm talking to someone out there and relating myself, the weather, and what they need to know. There's a lot more information on there available, and it's constantly updated, and we're one of the few around here that really updates that constantly with new information.
Online weather updates from First Warn Weather, streaming on News 8000, the app, and 8+. Expect more.
It's the Veterans Day mattress sale at Home Sleep Express. Get up to an extra 15% off sale prices plus 3-year special financing on quality mattress brands including Luxuria and Thomas Cole Sleep during the Veterans Day mattress sale going on now at Home Sleep Express.
There's a lot happening in your world. Get a first look from Ken and Emily on News 8 Now at 5. Rough weather ahead? Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart tracks the storms, warns you first, and keeps you safe. Every weekday right here at 5 o'clock.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, the Packers entered the day as the biggest favorites this week in the NFL, expected to win by almost 2 touchdowns, but it looked like nobody told the Panthers they weren't supposed to be in that game. Pick this one up scoreless in the second quarter. Carolina driving when Bryce Young throws a little fade towards the back of the end zone, but Xavier McKinney snags his second INT of the year to end the drive. Late first half, now Panthers strike as Rico Dowdle knifes his way into the end zone to make it a 7-3 game. Pack will get a field goal to make it 7-6 at intermission, but in the second half, more struggles for the Green Bay offense. Jordan Love throws into triple coverage. He's going to get picked off, and the away side would get points off the turnover. Dowdle scampers his way in for the second score of the game. Green Bay would march down the field with 2 minutes and change left in regulation, and Josh Jacobs caps off the drive with his 10th touchdown of the year, but Carolina would orchestrate a late drive of their own. And as time expires, rookie kicker Ryan Fitzgerald boots home the game winner from 49 yards out, and the Panthers win. Our own Kate Overton was at the game and has more.
It felt like 1923 here at Lambeau today as the Packers were rocking a nice throwback uniform that featured a very slick leather helmet. The Packers entered today's matchup at the top of the NFC standings, and they look to continue their winning ways, taking on a middling Carolina Panthers squad. Unfortunately, the Green Bay offense was sloppy. Penalties and turnovers were the name of the game. Packers had only given away the ball 3 times all season coming into this one, but 2 costly turnovers this afternoon slowed down Green Bay's momentum.
We had the 2 turnovers, missed a field goal, so we did enough things, just, we deservingly got our beat.
I mean, I think it's a lot. I think it just comes down to execution, penalties, turnovers, just all those things, and not finding ways to score in the red zone.
To make matters worse, Tucker Kraft left the game with a knee injury, and it certainly left a mark inside the locker room.
He's a leader on this team. He's a captain, and he's one of those guys that you really love to have on your team. So that's a heavy blow for us.
More than anything, I know how much Tuck puts into this, and he's a big part of our team, a great leader, and it's hard to replace that.
Late in the fourth quarter, the green and gold, or rather navy and tan, woke up. 12 plays, 74 yards, capped off by a Josh Jacobs touchdown run, and it brought Lambeau Field to life. But after that, a 19-yard rush by Rico Dowdle put the Panthers in field goal range, where they would run down the clock and kick a game-winning field goal, beating the Packers in Green Bay for the first time since 2008.
At the end of the day, it's about winning football games. And they won a football game. We lost. So they did a good job. We didn't.
We just got to be better at getting off the field. That's one thing that frustrated, me. But we're going to come back, correct it, because we got a big game coming up.
We're more than halfway done with the regular season. The Packers have just 2 losses on their rather easy start to the year. But now things are going to be taken up a notch as Green Bay will host the reigning Super Bowl champs, the Philadelphia Eagles, next week for Monday Night Football. Reporting from Lambeau Field, Kate Overton, News 8 Now Sports.
All right, thank you, Cade. Vikings taking on the Lions, and after a quick Detroit score, Minnesota answers almost immediately. J.J. McCarthy, who just returned from injury, goes to Justin Jefferson for the one-handed touchdown. Tied at 7. Then later in the quarter, it's McCarthy rolling and finding the former Lion, T.J. Hawkinson, 14-7 Vikes. Fast forward to the third, McCarthy getting it done with the legs this time, decides to take it himself, and he is in to make it a 2-score game. Lions not going down without a fight, though. Jared Goff hits Jamison Williams for a 37-yard score to make it just a 3-point game, but then on third down, with a chance to ice it with a first down, McCarthy hits Jalen Naylor to move the change. Minnesota scores a big win. Here's McCarthy, the former Michigan Wolverine, on the win in his team state.
It meant a lot. I love this state. I've shed a lot of blood and tears in this state, and there's so many relationships that I built over the 3 years that I was at Michigan, and seeing some of those faces and making those, connecting interactions is, really special. And, I'm just tremendously grateful for Michigan faithful and tremendously grateful for all the Vikings fans back at home.
So the Vikings win, the Bears get a thrilling victory, and the Packers and Lions lose. So there are 3 5-win teams in the NFC North, and Minnesota has 4. Going to be a fun division to watch, that is for sure. Now, Live for Sports, Brooklyn will have more news after this break.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to LaCrosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLL surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
Are you shocked by letters like these that say your Medicare plan is no longer accepted at your provider or your Medicare plan is being canceled?
You started thinking, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? It was too confusing.
I think the fear is that you think you're older and who's going to take you? You know, what's out there, what's available. We came to Strive Medicare and everything was taken care of. Felt like a relief. Yeah, we didn't have to worry about it. And it's cheaper even.
Call Strive Medicare today. We're here to help every step of the way.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More mattresses. Did you know you spend a third of your life sleeping? So you better have the best mattress you possibly can. King has a huge selection to choose from at every price range. We'll even deliver your new mattress and haul away the old one for free. Take time to find the exact mattress you want because you're going to be sleeping on this for a while. Head into King Furniture today.
What is a hero? Not the kind from comic books and movies, saving the day. We're talking about everyday heroes, those with a special kind of courage or ability, those saving the day, one person at a time. News 8 Now wants to find those heroes and thank them for bettering our community. Go to news8000.com, click on Features, then Hometown Heroes to nominate someone you feel is truly a hometown hero.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to LaCrosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Today, Atlanta's four-legged friends got their own Halloween celebration, and it's a treat for both pups and their humans.
The Howl-O Weekend Doggy Crawl invited dogs to dress up, trick-or-treat, and sample gourmet bites along the Atlanta Beltline. The event lets pups stop at pet-friendly businesses for goodies and tasty treats. Owners can enjoy small bites too as they join their pets for the fun. A portion of the proceeds from the event go to support Fur Kids Atlanta and the Atlanta Humane Society. Now that is so cute. There's nothing better than dogs in costumes. My family once dressed our dog up in a Sully from Monsters Inc. costume. That was cute. Super fun.
I lived on a farm growing up, so we had a farm dog, and I do not think he would have even let us come near him with the costume.
You know, I was impressed with how many dogs they got out there that were willing to do it.
Good sports. Okay, I'll have another look at your forecast coming up right after the break.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
Convenience is a big factor. We're right here in Onalaska.
We're local. You know, we've been here for a long time. We take all insurances. We service and repair many different makes and models of hearing aids. Even if you didn't get your hearing aids with us, we'd be happy to take a look at them.
If your hearing aid is still under warranty, we can do some warranty work for you there.
You know, just walk in. You know, you don't have to have an appointment. I'm happy to help if I can.
Our family is helping your family. Better Hearing Center, Onalaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
Interested in a heat pump for your home? Here at GNT, we've got an offer to sweeten the deal. Qualified customers can get up to $8,000 off a new Goodman heat pump system and a $2,000 tax credit for this year. In most cases, you'll pay less for this heat pump and furnace system installation, as well as over time with its efficiency and energy savings. Seriously, a Goodman heat pump that's smaller and more efficient for less. Plus, it's installed by an amazing team of skilled technicians with quality you can count on and experience you can trust. Interested? Call GNT for the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
If you've ever grilled, you know you can count on propane to make everything great. But did you know propane also powers school buses that produce lower emissions that lead to higher test scores? Or that propane can cut your energy costs at home? It powers big jobs and small ones too. From hospitals to hospitality, people rely on propane, an energy source that's affordable, plentiful, and environmentally friendly for everyone. Get the facts at propane.com/now.
This adorable shelter pet wants to meet you and your family today. The News 8 Now Pet of the Week is brought to you by Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics.
Jolivet Family Farms, known for farm fresh fruits and vegetables, but featuring so much more. For any special occasion, come in and check out our large selection of gift baskets. Gourmet popcorn, candy and caramel corn, honey and jam, pancakes and syrup, cheese and wine. Or create your own. Find unique gifts at Jolivet's with locally made arts and crafts. Shop local with locally made products and gifts. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Her kidnapping terrorized La Crosse, but who took her and her fate have eluded investigators for over 70 years. Monday at 6, a look back at the disappearance of Evelyn Hartley, one of La Crosse's oldest cold cases. Monday at 6.
Well, we are looking at a bullseye start to the week for our first full week of November. Sunny skies, 58 for your high in La Crosse. Is going to be pretty mild for the start of the week, but once we look towards next weekend, that's where we see a big dip in temperatures and the chance for a couple flurries to mix in on Saturday. Something I'm looking forward to, but not set in stone quite yet.
Yeah, it's coming.
That
I might
time
be
of
the only
year.
one.
All right, thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.